Okay, I've just finished Final Fantasy 16 and I wanted to put some of my thoughts into a sort of semi-review type thing. So, I've spent apparently 100 hours playing it. I don't think it's quite that many. I have left the game on playing in the background whilst I've done other stuff. But it says 100. I am 2 trophies off getting the platinum, so I'm pretty certain that I've been fairly thorough with the game. So here's my thoughts. Story-wise, the game was very good. Can't fault it. I enjoyed most of the story beats that went on during the game. The pacing for the story itself was generally quite good. However, there are a few things that kind of were a bit annoying. There was a point where every single time you go to a town, you have to then open the gate to continue on. And to open the gate, you then did a side quest, which usually involved talking to half a dozen people, or killing, like, a group of enemies. Whilst that was fine the first time, once you're getting on doing it for like 3 or 4 times, it really slows the pace down, and that's not great. So there was that. And there was one particular story beat where the first time you fight Odin with Clive, it gives you a cutscene, and Clive gets taken out straight away. No messing from Odin whatsoever. He completely wipes him out. So Joshua runs in, saves Clive, drags him back, and then Jill turns into Shiva to block Odin from chasing after them. Now, that was all fair and good. However, the aftermath to that was such a weird story beat. So, let me explain. In the aftermath of that, all of the other characters are sat around waiting for Clive to become conscious again, because he's not unconscious. And at no point do any of the characters mention Jill. She's just like protected them so that they could escape, but there's no why, oh, where's Jill? When's Jill gonna come back? Like, any of that. None of it. I think Clive wakes up, and at no point does Clive go, where's Jill? And at that point, you're made to understand that Jill and Clive are... They have feelings for each other and all that. And there's no mention of it whatsoever. None at all. No, oh, wait, we need to go and save Jill because she's been captured by Odin or whatever. There's just nothing at all. And then you just go about, like, fixing the ship and stuff like that. And then it's only the next story beat where it's like, oh, Jill's been captured by Odin. Let's go and rescue her. And it's like, yes, you're saying that now that you're, like, on the sea? Like, just about to rescue her? Like... So there was a major, like, part of the story there that was like, you know, he probably should have mentioned the other character in some way, shape, or form, even if it was just a passing. Like, Clive wakes up and goes, hey, Jill's missing, where's Jill? And then someone says, oh, she was protecting our retreat, and we haven't heard from her since. Maybe we should go and rescue her. Like, there was just nothing. There was none of the characters cared at all. And it was like, okay, that's a bit of an odd one. But generally, yeah, the story was good. I did enjoy most of the story. There was just the 2 things. Gameplay wise, So, the combat beforehand, leading up to the launch, was mostly vaunted as being cutting edge, amazing, next gen, all that, by Square Enix. And playing the game, to be honest, it was okay. Like, a lot of the moves are clearly very much pulled directly from Devil May Cry, which obviously the guy that's done the combat was the Devil May Cry combat producer. So he did the combat, and there is like quite a few beats in there for the combat that are Devil May Cry. Like, there's a lunge attack, which is the Stinger attack. There's Devil Trigger. There's Ignition. There's Garuda's Claw is like the claw that what's his face uses. I forget his name. Neo, I think was his name from Devil May Cry 4. And then obviously there's the Yamato attack that Virgil uses for Odin's Santetsuken. So it was very clear that quite a few of the combat is like, yeah, like this is all Devil May Cry, which was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I've got no problem with that. I love Devil May Cry, but like, don't say it's like cutting edge and brand new when it's not. Maybe for the series, but like, most of the time I found that I was doing the same set of combinations to kill stuff off because it worked. You can do really fancy stuff with it, which, you know, if you can figure out how to combo stuff, that's fine. So it's not terrible. It's good. I enjoy. The combat's good. It is good. It's just not amazing. Music wise, the music was also really good. For most part, it was very enjoyable music. There was nothing that I felt that even now is something that is iconic, other than the Final Fantasy main theme, which is like, okay. Yeah. I haven't found myself humming any of the songs like I would have done with like 7 or 8 or 10 or 9 or any like 6. There's nothing that stands out. I couldn't tell you any of the songs. Like, it's just, they were good. Don't get me wrong. Like, there was purpose to most of the music. It's just, again, nothing spectacular. Nothing that made me go, oh, I really like that. Even like the battle theme reminded me very much of Final Fantasy VIII. Like, to a point where whenever I would start humming the battle theme, I would hum the battle theme for Final Fantasy VIII. Like, so yeah, the music was good, but not spectacular. There was the fight with Odin as well, where I thought the music was out of place. It does like the harmonic, orchestral, like, music that is quite prevalent with boss fights, when I'd have thought something a bit heavier might have been better. So there's quite a lot of the stringy sort of orchestral stuff that goes on, when I think I'd have preferred something a little bit heavier. Some guitar in there. My biggest gripe with the game was the side quests. Now, the side quests, story-wise, are fantastic. They bring out a lot more depth for the characters. They had quite a lot of backstory, loads of detail to them. The only problem is, every single one of them is about a 10 to 20 minute of character talking. You go and talk to another character, you go back to the first character again and you're done. Or you go off to somewhere, you kill one enemy or a bunch of enemies, get an item and go back. Which, apparently that is MMO Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy 14. Which I've not played yet. But that's very much MMO style side quests. I'd have kind of liked to have seen something a little bit of a variance. Final Fantasy tends to, past Final Fantasy games, do a lot of minigame style side quests. Stuff like the Chocobo Racing in Final Fantasy 7, Triple Triad cards in Final Fantasy 8, or the UFO side quest, where there was like the UFO sightings were in books that you could find, and you go off and you found them all, and you would eventually find Poo Poo. So yeah, there was that. Like Final Fantasy 9, you've got things like Chocobo Hot and Cold. Final Fantasy 10, you've got Blitzball. The last couple of Final Fantasy games, and this is all of them put together, it's not just 16, like 12, 13, not so much 15, but 12 and 13, like the 13 series, are very much, their main side quests have been hunts, and it's like, okay, hunts was good the first time, but like, let's have a little bit more variance, please. Just a little. Overall, what did I like about the game? As I said, I like the story. It's a good story. There's lots of drama. There's lots of like really good voice acting, all that kind of stuff. The music was good, just not spectacular. The combat's good, just not spectacular again. It's a very good game. Solid game. It's a good solid 8 out of 10 game. Is it Game of the Year worthy? Given the rest of the games this year, probably not. Is it the best Final Fantasy? Nope. Wouldn't even put it in my top 5. It's good though. Solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Anyway, that's my rant. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and tell me why I'm wrong. Because there probably will be quite a few comments that tell me why I'm wrong. I want to preface though, I did enjoy the game. As much as I just ranted and it sounded like I didn't. So yeah, see you in the next video.